Okay, good evening to you all. Today is 15 January 2025, which is our day two of this IT Employability Skills Bootcamp for Women 1.0. So, like always, we are going to start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the day. So, today, day two, we are going to have a recap on what we did on day one, and we are going to talk about computer shortcuts today. I'm going to give you the shortcuts, you write them, you memorize them, and yeah, stop there. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Why are some people like this? I'm here since before 9. You just joined the waiting room and you are calling me that you are in the waiting room. Ha, you are texting me you are in the waiting room. Okay, so we'll talk about the computer shortcuts uh, today, and also we're going to talk about computer uh, memory. We'll talk about how to turn off, how to hibernate, sleep, restart your computer. We'll talk about that. Cursor, mouse, and touchpad, copy, cut, and paste. And we'll talk about how to create folders, how to archive files on a computer. We'll talk about that also. We'll have question and answer, conclusion, and then we call it a day. Okay. So, please, I'm just coming. Let me see something. Okay. So, So that's it. We'll have conclusion and then we call it a day. So recap on what we did day one. You can recall that we have introduction to this bootcamp and we discuss about how the bootcamp is going to hold. And we also talk about what to expect at the end of the bootcamp. We discussed about that. Okay, so I believed you watched the video there. The video was created was shared with you, and I believed you watched the video. And uh if you watch the video, I believe we are on the same page today. Yeah, that's all what I want to say about this. And we deliberately discussed on a lot of things yesterday. And thank you for the interactive class also. So let's talk about these computer shortcuts. So the shortcuts, I'm going to give you the computer shortcuts. What I want is for you to memorize them before the class when you will need them because we are going to work with them. I want you to write them now, jot them, please write them now, memorize them because they are the shortcut from A to Z that I want you to memorize. I want you to understand how to what they are. First of all, that what I want for you to memorize them. So maybe later on, when we are working with them, when we start practicing with them, you already know them, you have the skill, and you can just go ahead and bring the knowledge there. Okay. So the shortcut are from A to Z are from A, B, C up to Z. So if you want, you can just write A, B, C up to Z in short. I'm just trying to call all the shortcuts for you. Please keep writing. If you didn't get it, please let me know. And somebody can even volunteer in the chat to keep writing it for other people to see and for them to take. So the number one that we have is Control A. We have Control A. I'll show you where Control is. Don't worry, we'll talk about the keyboard. But I believed every one of you knows what Control is on a laptop. But let's say nobody knows. You see, if you look at your keyboard, you see CTRL. That's the name of the key. There is a key that was wrote CTRL. You will see it on some computer at the uh, end of the left hand side, the last button under, you will see CTRL there. You will see it there. And you also see it sometimes after some two keyboards or forward keys. You will see it from the right hand side is number 4 key or uh, depending on your laptop. But In as much as you look at your laptop, you will see CTRL. Believe me, you are going to see it. So we have Control A. Control A is for highlight all. So it's something that please you can just write that. So Control A is highlight all. Control B is bold. You can just keep writing all this. I don't worry about what they did. Don't worry about why you need them. All I want you is to understand, memorize them now. Just have them in you. Whenever I tell you Control A, you know what to tell me. When I say Control B, you know what to tell me. Control C, you know that. So please just memorize them after this class. It will take you like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can memorize. There's not something difficult. You can memorize it all. So please, let's see. So Control A, I said already. Control A is highlight all. Control B is bold. Control C is copy. Control D is font style. Control E is centralize. Control F is find. Then Control G is go to. Control H is find and replace. O is just, you can call it is replace. Don't use the find. Is we did find. That's for Control H. Yeah, someone say I'm fast. Please just write. Someone is writing in the chat so you can follow along. So I saw the person that is writing, Jamila. We stop at Control C. So Control D is font style. Yeah, that's what I said. Control C is the font style. Okay, so Sauda is here. Okay. Control E is centralize. EF is find. F is find. Control F. Control G is go to. Control H is replace. Control I is italic. Control J is justify. Control K is insert hyperlink. Control K. Control L is left alignment. Left alignment. Yeah. Left alignment. Control L. Control M is tap. Okay. Control M is tab. So these are the shortcuts. Somebody just up will drop it also. So I had said it already because I want to, but like I said, Control M is tab. Control N is new. Control O is open. Control P is print. Control Q is 1.15 line space. Control R is right alignment. Control Q is save. Control T is left indentation. Control U is underline. Underline. Control V is paste. V is paste. You all know copy and paste. Okay, paste is V. Control V, V. Control W is close. Then Control X is cut. Control Y is redo. Control Z is undo. Okay, so the picture was already shared by Sauda. Please just go to the chat. You see the Sauda drop the picture, and that's one of the pictures. So it was just screenshot. So that's the picture that we have. So I believe you can memorize all these shortcut keys before tomorrow, so that when we start working with them, you will be ready to uh, for other things. Okay, so that's all for the shortcut keys. We are done. Let's move. So now we are going to talk about computer memory. We're going to talk about what are the types of memory that we have on a computer. I already said this, if you can recall yesterday. I talk about temporary retainership memory of a computer. I talk about that. So computer has two memories in it. There are two memories in a computer. One, the first one that we have, computer has a random access memory, which is a temporary memory, temporary storage of a computer. RAM, whenever you hear RAM, is just something that, okay, let me explain this to you. When you are working with computer now, maybe you want to open a video, you want to watch a video. When you click on the video file, the file or the data of that file will go to this random access memory. That's the working brain of a computer, the processing brain of a computer. That's where computer think and process and bring the output. So that way, if your computer has low RAM, your computer will be very slow whenever you want to open big files on it. Because it will be thinking what this person is trying to do on me. It's like you are overloading it. You want to do something that the brain cannot take. So that's the brain. That's where the computer think and reflect on whatever you want to give it. And that memory, that processing that the computer is doing in on this temporary storage is temporary. When you close the file, maybe after you are done watching the video, you just close the video, the VLC. Computer will now breathe. It will take a deep breath and say, "Thank God he stopped this thing." Now, when you are watching film, if you click on forward, computer will still process what minute do you want to go. That why sometimes if the film is big and your computer is not that strong, it will stop. It will start doing showing something and like that. So this is what this storage means. So is where computer process whatever you want it to do for you. So that's the random access memory. So understand this. So if your computer has bigger RAM, it means it has bigger thinking capacity. So that's all what this means. So please understand it. Then the next one we have read-only memory. This is the permanent storage of it. So on this read-only memory, that's where we store all our files. You see now, maybe your computer can have 120 gig. It can have 120 gig space. You store a lot of movies, a lot of videos, a lot of files, a lot of whatever. If you didn't fall open them, they are in ROM. Nobody cares. Computer even doesn't care about them because they are in your hard disks. It's when you want to work with them, when you click on one of the files, then computer will take everything to RAM and RAM will start the process. So that's how it works. That's why you see some computer cannot install some softwares because the softwares are bigger than the capacity thinking brain of the computer because of the RAM. That why if your RAM is 2 gig, someone with 4 gig, his system will be faster than yours. Because the thinking of his system, the capacity thinking of his system is faster than yours. If the computer has 8 gig, yours has 4 gig RAM. I'm talking about the RAM, so the computer can have higher capacity thinking than the rest. So whenever you want to work with computer, focus on the RAM, not the ROM. The ROM is just there. Someone can have 60 gig ROM on his hard disk, but the RAM that the computer has, it has maybe 4 gig RAM, 8 gig RAM, 16 gig RAM. So the capacity thinking brain of the computer is bigger than yours, even though yours has big head. So it can be big head but cannot think well. So that's the difference between the two. So understand this. And like I told you, all the data that entered into RAM is temporary. So the data is temporary. That's it. Please, are we together? Okay. So let's continue. So we are done with computer memory. These are the memories that we have on computer. So understand this. It's either the ROM or or RAM. So that's it. So let's move. So let's talk about hibernate, sleep, turn off and turn on. Please, all this you need to understand. Why do you need to turn off your computer? That's it. Why do you need to turn it on? And put it on hibernate, sleep. Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to restart your computer and the rest? That's all what we are going to discuss here. It's not like I don't know, maybe you don't know how to turn off your computer or something like. I believe you all know how to switch off a computer. So why do you need it is what we are discussing. There are reasons behind you hibernating. There are reasons behind you, uh, you know, uh, putting it on sleep. There are reasons behind you, uh, restarting it and the rest. So that's what it is. So that's what we are going to discuss. And that's what we are discussing about this. So for the turn off, please, whenever you know that you are done working with the computer, you're done working with the computer, and you want to close all the files to start afresh, or maybe when you come back to start something else, you want to close everything, please turn it off. Please just turn it off. Turn it off. Because some people will put a computer on sleep, even though they are not doing anything. That will kill your battery. It will definitely kill your battery, or it will affect the capacity of your battery. So that's something else. So uh, for the turn off, whenever you are done working with it, you know you don't have anything pending, you turn it off. But the hibernate and sleep, they have they are two different things. But now some computers doesn't have hibernates, but some they have it, but some they doesn't. But for the hibernates, it's like a short-time sleep. That's hibernate. While sleep is the long-term sleep. So that's what I want to say. Issue of hibernate and sleep. Whenever you want to put your computer on hibernate or on sleep, make sure that maybe you have a pending work to do. Maybe you open some files, you don't want to close them, you want to come back and continue from where you stop. But maybe you are taking a leave or you're going somewhere to do something. That's when you need to use the hibernate or sleep. But like I said, hibernate is short-term sleep. That way, when you put your computer on hibernate, if you want to work with it again, you don't need to wake it up. It will wake itself up once you touch anything on it. Maybe a key, you touch a key, or you open it, or you do anything. The computer will just wake up and will continue whatever you want it to continue. That's for the hibernate. But for sleep, if you put your computer on sleep, you need to wake it up. You need to wake your computer up if you put it on sleep. So you need to click the key for it to, okay, please wake up. You need to, normally sometimes you need to even click on you need to click on the power button for it to wake up. So that's for the sleep and hibernate. So why do you need to restart your computer? You need to restart your computer when maybe you realize that your RAM is overload. Maybe the thinking capacity, your RAM is overload. So you open a lot of files on it, you open a lot of things on it, and you start seeing that the computer is slow now. So it means there are a lot of things it's processing in its brain. Sometimes even if you close the files, computer before it close them, it just keep thinking. You are not seeing the file, but behind the scene, the files are still processing, and you can see it. And computer can still process it. So in that case, when it started doing slow and this and that, please restart it. If you restart it, it's like you refresh the RAM, you refresh everything so that when you start opening files, everything will work perfectly. So this is how it is, and this is what this is all about. So I believe you all know where to go and see this hibernate sleep. I told you some computer doesn't have hibernate now. Understand that. Some they doesn't have hibernate now. So, but you're going to see sleep restart and uh on off. You're going to see that. Okay. Yeah, so can we do some practicals on this? I don't know, but let's do some practicals on this, please. Let's do that. Let's do some practicals. Please just come over here. This is my system. Click here. Let me show you how to do that. So when you come here on the window or you click on window key from your keyboard, once you click on it, you're going to see this. So you see, you're going to see this power button. Just click on the power button. You see, mine, I didn't activate the Hibernate 2. So you see, you have restart, we have sleep, and we also have shutdown. So if I want, I can put it on sleep. And if I want, I can shut it down. And if I want, I can restart the system. So this is what you need to understand. So please, do you understand how to do this? Every computer has this. Sorry, I'm using Windows 11, so I don't know which one you are using, but all computers have something like this. Click on it here. When you click on it, you come here, you are going to see this power button. When you see this button, then you go ahead and do your things like this. Okay, please, are we all together in this? Every computer has it. Okay, so let's continue. I believe we are all on the same page. So we do the practical. So that's also, let's continue. Okay, so now we are going to talk about cursor, mouse, and touchpad. We're going to talk about cursor, mouse, and touchpad. Okay, so cursor, mouse, and touchpad. You see, um, for the cursor, you know what cursor is? It's just this pointer that is just moving around. You are seeing it. I'm just moving it around. The one I'm moving to click and doing this and that. That's this thing. Okay, I saw a chat from Kashamo Simile by the time you work it up. Okay, you were saying what, please, Aisha, can you say what you want to say before we continue? Because I just saw a chat, I check. I'm listening. Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, so cursor is just this pointer that you are seeing, this arrow that you are seeing moving, that's the cursor. And look at it now. I just show you something like this. You see all this is just different ways that cursor operate within the computer. Please look at it now. On Mac OS is like this. This three you see on Mac OS is like this. On Windows is like this. And I believe you know what Mac OS is all about. It means Mercury operating system. That is for all those people that have their laptop with have byte Apple at the back of it. So it's the Mac OS system. So they are using Mac OS, but us that we doesn't have that Apple at the back of our system, or if you don't have, they are using is Windows. So for the Windows, this is how the cursor looks like. This arrow and this and this. This is for the text. This is for the link, and this is uh for the for the mouse. So that's how it is. So this is cursor. This is cursor. And for the mouse, you all know mouse. This is mouse. This is a picture of mouse. Look at it here. I believe you saw mouse in your life, even if it is once you saw it. So that's mouse. We have mouse here. So mouse, we use it to move the cursor around. And we also have the touchpad. Look at it. This is touchpad. Touchpad is on laptops. And we can also use mouse, of course, not to use the touchpad. We can put USB or wireless mouse on our laptop and use it. So that's it. And mouse and touchpad, they are two keys. They have two keys, left click and right click. Whenever you hear right click, it means the key or the button that is from your right hand side. So when you say right click, it means you right click that button from your right hand side. When you hear you left click, you click on the button on your left hand side. Look at these two buttons. You see this, you turn your mouse, then this mouse look uh at the computer. So the left click is the one on your left hand side. You touch it with your pointer finger, and for the right click, then you touch it with your middle finger. So that's how you touch the two keys. And for the keyboard, you see this one that I'm showing you. This is the left click, and this one is the right click. The one on your left hand side is the left click. The one on your right hand side is the what is the right click. So that's what this means. Please understand this well. Know how it is on, especially this cursor that I show you. Please understand that, please. Okay. So that's mouse and that's touchpad. Understand it. So let's continue. Okay, about this time. So we are going to talk about copy, cut, and paste. So for the copy, copy is to duplicate. Whenever you want to duplicate something on a computer, you copy it. Whenever you want to drop it, you paste it. That's the paste. While for the cut is where you want to move something somewhere. That's cutting. So you want to cut it and move it into somewhere else. So that's cut. So you cut it. So we have copy for the duplicate. We cut for the for moving. Then we paste for dropping. So paste is like dropping something. So you copy it. You want to duplicate it. You want to drop it somewhere. You drop it using uh pasting. Okay, so this also we are going to do it. We are going to do it that also. We're going to do practical on that. But what I'm going to do, let me talk about folder. Yeah, let's talk about folder. Please, I'm going to talk about how to create a folder, how to rename a folder. You know what folder is all about? It's just like a container. It's what contained your files on a system. You learn how to archive your files. You learn how to put your files in a separate. You all know folders on your mobile phones. So we will learn how to create the folders here on computer, how to name it, how to rename it, how to arrange everything. That's what we are going to do. So during the creation of the folder, we'll learn the copy, the cut, the paste. We'll all learn that together. And after that, we'll come and have question and answer. Then we call it a D. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm stopping the sharing of my screen first. Sorry, I'm stopping the sharing of my screen. Okay, I'm opening the. Okay, I'm not opening anything. Let me go to. I have a lot of things here. A lot of things. Okay, so I think let me reshare. Let me share it. Let me share the screen. Okay, so let's assume you are just on your desktop. This is where we are. So let's learn how to create a folder first. So we are going to create a folder first before we do the copy, the cutting, and whatever. Let's do that. So I'm going to right click now. I'm going to right click. I'm going to right click. When I say right click, I told you about Kuso. That's why I say you need to pay attentively when I talk about the Kuso, the touchpad. So when I say right click, you know what I mean is to click the right button. So you right click, then you come to new. You are going to see new wherever you type of window. But when you are right clicking, you are right clicking on its empty space, not inside the folders. All these are the folders that I have. Just come here on empty space and right click. You are going to see this new. When you click on this new, you are going to see this folder. Click on the folder. Then I'm going to call this folder uh, I women employability. Okay, let me say okay, IT employability skills bootcamp for women. Okay, so that's how I'm going to rename the folder. So that's it. I rename the folder. But sometimes, let me do something. Sometimes when you open it or you create the new folder, for example, like this, it's going to show this to you. For example, let me show you something. It's going to do like this. Maybe it's this blue. Whenever it is highlighted like this, you can click backspace on your keyboard to delete whatever is there and write what you want. Or you can just start the writing. Once you show it's highlighted, just start the writing. Once you are done, you press enter from your keyboard or you click somewhere. You can click outside where you just did it. Just click somewhere and it's going to create this folder for you. So I'm opening the folder and look at how the folder uh, is. So the folder is empty. Let's create another one so that we will just keep working with the one inside here. So I will just create another one and call it day 2. Press enter, I create day 2. If I want to rename it, right click, just come on top of the folder, on top of it at the middle, right click on it. When you right click on your system, some of you that are using Windows 10, maybe 7 or something, you are going to see a rename under the options that you're going to see here. You will see rename, but those that are using mine, you are going to see this. You can recall that when I show you Kuso, there is something that looks like this for the text. So just click on this. You can rename it. Maybe you can rename it D2 folder, and you press enter, then you rename your folder. Please understand that. So let's create another folder, maybe I'll call it D1. So this D1 folder that we have, let's say I want to copy this D1 folder and put it inside D2 folder. Well, I want to copy D2 folder and put it inside D1. So I'm going to right click, then and copy. So this is my copy for those of you that are using the type of Windows that I'm using, Windows 11. But for some of you that are using, when you right click, you are going to see copy. You are definitely going to see copy. Please right click, then you click on copy. So now I copy it, then I'm going here. Inside this folder, I double click and open it. Then I click here and paste it. So now we have the 2 folder inside the 1 folder, but we still have the 2 folder retained in here. So please understand this. So we have this. This is for the D2 is inside here because we paste it, and we also have it outside. But if we want to, for example, cut D2 and put it inside the D1 and put it inside D2, then we right click, then we click on cut. This scissors is for cut. That's Control X. So I will just click on it. You see, it shows this. It just kind of shows gray like this. The folder now looks gray. It means that I'm moving the folder. So I'll just double click here, right click, and I click here. That means I moved the folder from there to here. So if you come back to this IT employability skill folder, you see we don't have D1 now. Why? Because we moved D1 into D2. And inside D2, we have another D2. And we can create another one inside another one, another one inside another one. That's how you archive your files, and that's how you archive your folders. Please. So this is something that the reason why I'm teaching you this is because let me tell you this. You see, this archiving of files on a system is something that might be of a benefit to some of you. You can find yourself working somewhere. You will ask, they might ask you this question during the interview. How can you archive files, or what is your experience in archiving folders? Make sure you arrange everything according to activities, according to dates. You rename them. You give them a well-labeled name. All these are the things that I'm telling you. Please understand this. So when you are creating a folder, make sure you write something that is speaking to what is inside the folder. Make sure you did that. You write something that is speaking to what is inside the folder. So if the folder contains, for example, your projects, make sure you name them my project. Even inside the project, if it is your final year project, put it final year project. Or maybe the folder has to do with your school's activities. You rename it with the school. Maybe Osman Danfodio University, for example. Inside it, then maybe inside it you have different activities, maybe assignment, maybe projects, maybe other things. You just keep labeling it like that. You create the folder, you put the files related to the folder inside the folder. That's how you arrange your files. If the folder is related to video, you use the video, you put all the videos inside it, you rename them. There are certain activities. If it is activity folder that has to do with a project or something, you even put the date. You even put the date, you capture the date. So the date is this, like this. You do it. So that's how it works, and that's how you can do this. So this is something that I want you to learn how to do it right from today. So all what we are doing now, please start archiving your things, start archiving your whatever you are learning, start archiving everything. So right from today, if some people see your uh, system, or they look at your system, they know that you have this foldering experience, you know how to archive your things, you know how to do your things. So this is for the copy, cut, paste, and this. So let me see what else. Yeah. Yeah, so we talk about renaming. Of course, I show you how to rename. So renaming is something that I believe also you can do it. So creating is you can create a folder, you can rename a folder. Yeah. So that's it. So let's just look at, if you have any question, please you ask your question. But please don't forget about the shortcuts. Please start That why we're not talking about, we are not, covering much because of that. I want you to work on that, memorize them, so that all the shortcut keys, you know them. You might be asked them on them some one day, but you need to memorize them. It will make your work very easier when you memorize them. It will make your works very, very easier when you memorize. Sir, please, can you redo the archive for us to see what archive? Did I? Okay. Can I do the archive? No, I just explain archiving of the files. I just explain it. When you create a folder, like I said, when you want to archive it, it's just you rename them accordingly and you put anything or everything inside what it belongs. That is, for example, now the way some people are, let me just explain this to you. Now we are in 2025. Someone will create a folder and rename the folder 2025. So anything he did on his laptop related to 2025 will be found under 2025. But don't forget, inside that 2025, you can have working activities, educational activities, finance activities, different activities. You can find them there. Under maybe finance activities, you can find things that maybe his expenditure, his maybe income, his this. So that's how people are archiving their things. That's how people are archiving their things. So that's for the archiving. So whenever you want to archive things, it means you are arranging them accordingly in folder, you are giving them name and dates, you are putting. So when someone comes and look at your files and your computer, we'll tell him said that this person knows what he is doing. He knows how to arrange files and how to document files. And some of you that might find themselves maybe working with human resources, HR, or working with admins, these are the things you need to learn right from today. You need to learn, you need to know how to explain all this, maybe when you were asked. Okay, so that's it. Okay, someone was asking how long you leave system on hibernation and for sleep. Like I said, in as much as you know you are not taking long, and as much as you for the hibernate, it's just maybe you want to go and come back. You put it on hibernate. For the sleep, you don't want to close what you are doing, but you want to put it on sleep until you are back. So sleep can take as long as you want it to be. Like I'm sorry to say, my system is always on sleep. Always. My system is always on sleep. Anytime. Because it can take me months without shutting down my system. But like I told you, it drained the performance of your battery. I'm telling you that there are consequences to that. And of course, it has to do with, I have a lot of tabs open. You see, all these are the tabs I'm working with. You see, look at it. So I have a lot of them that they're all limited. So I have a lot of tabs. I'm working with a lot of files. So I don't want to switch the laptop every day, every day. So I put it on sleep. So for the hibernate, maybe I just want to go and come back, I just hibernate. When I come back, I just touch something and it is back. So that's for the hibernate and that's for the sleep. So like I said, it depends. So I don't know the duration that maybe a specific duration. It depends with your situation. Sir, please, one left indentation. Okay. And is there right indentation? Is there right indentation? Thank you. We'll talk about the Goodyear Martin. We'll talk about that. Don't worry, I just gave you all these shortcuts for you to learn. What I want is I want you to I want you to understand to memorize them. That's why I gave them to you. Please, I want you to memorize them. So memorize them for now. Don't worry, we'll have a class where we'll explain everything you can do with them and we'll practicalize what all the shortcut keys can do. So don't worry about that. We'll talk about that. So what RAM is best for activities? Microsoft packages, graphic design software, video editing software. Okay, so this question of what RAM is I recommend. You see, for the Microsoft packages, even 1 gig RAM can do. 1 gig RAM, 2 gig is okay for the computer if you want to use the Microsoft packages. That is all the softwares on Microsoft packages, the Outlook, the PowerPoint, the Excel, the OneLook, the Publisher, all the tools. 2 gig RAM is okay. But for the graphic design software, like maybe you want to use Photoshop, you want to use Adobe Illustrator, you want to use all other this After Effects, even though it's for video editing, you can use After Effects for video editing. You can use Premiere Pro for that. You can also use Filmora for video editing. So this software, you need at least minimum of 4 gig RAM. And 4 gig RAM is going to be slow. Let me tell you this. 4 gig RAM can be slow on some of the software, especially I know After Effects, I know for Premiere Pro, I know that, but Filmora, I know it's kind of slow with 4 gig RAM some of the time. But if you want it to work perfectly, you go for it. It's not much. RAM is not that costly. RAM is about 2 gig RAM is, if you want to add RAM on your laptop, 2 gig is around 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, depending on the state you are. I don't know. It's not that much. You can increase the RAM of your system. But yeah, it has to do with sometimes with the processor that the system has over there with the uh, generation of your system, all such as something else. But I recommend maybe 8 gig RAM at least if you want to work with all this software and the rest. Someone was asking, I find it difficult to comprehend this Skyping. Please, I didn't get your question. Anas Awal Garba, are you even email with us and you are asking me and you cannot comprehend in the class of females you are also email? Or maybe it's a female using male handle, I don't know. And you are asking me, I didn't get your questions sincerely speak. Someone says, is there a way to understand all this for those that not have laptop or system? You see, I'm not going to talk about issue of you don't have laptop or you don't have system. I talk about it, please, Ajara. Watch yesterday's class. I talk about it intensively. I advise you on how to go about that. So please watch yesterday's class and please you will find the answer. Why is this Anas Awal Garba? You are a male and you are, if you didn't reply me, I'm removing you from this class and I'm banning you. You cannot join us ever again if I ban you. Let me even find your name. I don't know. You are here, you are a man, and you are even have the guts to ask me. Seriously? And you're not part of my team. I don't have your name. Anas, you talk. Tell me who you are, or I will remove you. Okay, so let me remove this, Anas. I'm removing you if you didn't say anything. Okay, bye bye. So that you will never join my class ever. Because if I remove you, I'm reporting you also. Is it a male or female? Please. That's what I want to know. Is it a male or female? And you say no. I didn't get your question. Which one is no? Ah, that guy is not talking. Please let me just. Yeah, I'm listening. Talk. Anas. Hello? Anas Awal, can you talk, please? Okay, so this Anas, don't worry, is a male. Okay. Okay, let's continue. I remove him. Okay, so someone was asking me, please, how can I check the capacity of my system? Example, the RAM and ROM. Thank you for this question. I forgot to show you how to do that. So let me stop the sharing of my screen. I'll show you how to do that. Please go to my computer on your system or you click Windows Control E. You all have this on your systems. So when you come here, please go to this my CP like this. Just right click on the empty space. You all know right click now. So click on properties. Once you click on properties, it's going to reveal the property of the computer to you. So these are the properties. You go ahead, you see the property using 8 gig RAM. You use this. You see, this is the RAM. You see install RAM. This install RAM. This is it. And don't worry, all these are information that I am going to remove them when you are looking at the video. I'm just showing you this for the purpose of that. Because with this information, someone can hack into my system with all this device ID, product ID, and whatever. So I'm, you know, going to kind of remove that. So I'm just showing you so that you will see how it is and how it works. Yeah. So that's it. So let's continue. So I think I believe I answered your question. Uh, for this thing. Okay. Okay, sir, thank you for the. But someone is asking about the SSD and also the HDD. Okay. So this HDD and SSD are all types of ROM. They are types of ROM that we have computer storage. It's just categories, some categories of it. It's just categories of it. And for the this solid state drive, that is the SSD, that is the solid state drive, is the new or updated version of the HDD, this solid state drive, and is faster than HDD now. Is because the way the drive is storing, and like I said, is kind of faster, is kind of stronger, is kind of more durable than this HDD, because HDD now, uh, they started finding out that HDD are crashing. The HDD will crash, just like that HDD can crash, and there are certain issues with HDD. So SDD comes to make it looks in that way. And also SDD is, if you look at them, sometimes you look at them, this is slim, too slim than that one. And most of the systems that are coming out now, the updated system, are coming with SDD. So SDD is kind of more good to use than SDD. But don't worry about that. At this state that you are working with, I'm not trying to maybe tell you just use this or no. You can use any for now, because it's difficult for you to find out unless when you are more into the system, you have a lot to do with it. You have a lot of softwares that you are working with, and that's when you'll know when you need the SDD and when you need the HDD. When I started, I don't need SDD. I don't even care about SDD. But times comes that I need SDD. I need it, and I must get SDD, because I have, even in my bag right now, I have about 6 or 5 hard disks that crashed. Just like that, they crashed. So I'm just with them. They are here. So you see, but SDD it will be very difficult for SDD to crash like that, just like that. So that's for it. But you can use your HDD when the time comes, please, then you will know what to do. Okay. Someone was asking, is this question part of what we have learned? Yeah, this question is part of your it's part of what we discussed about the storage of computer. So under ROM, we talk about the ROM. So ROM, this permanent storage that we have of computer, this SDD and HDD are some of the types that we have. So I'm using SDD now. So you can use HDD. Someone was asking me, my name is Halima. I want to know more about graphics design. Seriously? We are not going to talk about graphic design. Please watch the yesterday's video. I told you, watch the yesterday's class. Read what we are going to do. Read about the bootcamp. Read about the expectations. Know what we are going to talk about, please, so that we will not disappoint your expectations. So that you'll not be here with all thinking we are going to talk about Canva and other graphic design software. I'm not here to teach you that. Please, I'm not here to teach you that. I'm not here to teach you graphic design. I'm not. Okay. So I come across the component of CPU, CU, and the other. Please, if you want to know more about anything that I did not discuss about it, please. I don't want us to dwell into other things and doing some things like that. Please go ahead and learn that. Go ahead and learn it. You are the one that come across it. So there are lots that we did not discuss under the central processing unit. There are lots that we did not discuss under the components of the computer. There are lots. There are many. If I want us to dwell into that, we can take a lot of times. Will be talk today. I talk about the okay. It's not your class. It's just the base intention. I talk about the binary with them. I talk about how computer think, how computer works, how computer process programming languages, and the rest. Please don't worry. I don't want to talk about that now with you so that I will not confuse you. So some of you that are at the higher level of all this, I'm sorry for that because I want to carry along everybody that is here with me. I know some of you have advanced knowledge or skills or something like that, but I know there are people that are absolutely beginners in this. So that's why we are working like that and I'm taking them along. So don't worry, I don't want to dwell into such and talk about that. Someone was asking me, can I upgrade to 16 GB RAM using 256 SD? Of course you can. Of course you can. You ask around if they can they have the RAM, just they can put it for you and you go ahead and use it. I just show you how to check the SDD or capacity of SD. Once you go to my computer, you will see the capacity of your HDD and SDD. That one is obvious. It's not something that you need to touch anything. But it's want to see your maybe the RAM, the processor of the computer, that is the gigahertz and whatever that where you're going to see that. I didn't understand this when someone was asking, can I give you one? I didn't know what you mean by can I give you one? As a graphic designer and content creator, I rely on laptops that can handle design software like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop efficiently with excellent color accuracy. Yeah, of course, you need that for visual work. Considering performance and budget with laptop would recommend for someone in my field. Seriously, depend on your capacity. Go and get the laptop that can do the work for you. I only advise you on what you need. So the gigahertz you need at least you can get dual processor, you can get 2 point something gigahertz. That will be do. But when you have dual core and with 2.2, 2.2 or 2.1, 2.1, like mine now I'm using dual one and it's 2 points more than 2 gig. All the processors that I'm using 8 gig RAM is okay. You don't need to even upgrade to that. Then you get the SDD. It's depending on the laptop you want. All this that I mentioned, all these capacities, or all these features that I mentioned, you can get the range, the laptop at the range of maybe 400, 500, 900 and above. But minimum I think that you can get is 500,000. That's the minimum 400, 400, 500, 600 like that. So in that case, that's what you can get. And depending on the type of maybe the generation of your system, is it fifth or sixth or seventh? Okay, someone was asking the pull of HDD. HDD, you didn't know the pull. It just had hard disk drives. Hard disk drives. That's for the HDD, hard disk drive, and for the SDD is solid state drive. That is uh, yeah, SSD. So HDD SSD. So where well, yeah, you should find your class rep now. I didn't see her and I didn't see the other class rep. I didn't see them. Okay, she's here. Okay. I talk about pull meaning of Mac OS. I talk about it's my query. Mac is my query. That's the full meaning of Mac. All this MacBook, Mac whatever is my query. OS stand for operating system. I talk about that. I talk about that. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, okay, all the class reps are here. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. And I didn't see the summary of class, yesterday's class in the group. Maybe you drop it. I didn't see it. I didn't see the summary. But it's okay. It's okay. So I'll work on your video when it is ready. I'll drop it with you. I think this is exactly where we're going to draw the curtain. And thank you for listening and see you next tomorrow. And you can see somebody next to me. Like I told you, I'm not the only one to carry you along all through the class. So maybe you can see someone to take the class tomorrow. And that's how it's going to be. So thank you so much and have a wonderful dream. Bye bye.